What's up guys, Spartan85 here. Today I am bringing you guys my wish list for the 7 Days to Die new console version that's coming out hopefully in the next couple months. April, May-ish is kind of the last thing we heard for the new version dropping. But I wanted to share with you guys my wish list. Now I've compiled this from things that I would want in the new version and also some things that I've gathered from the community, either from comments in the YouTube videos or in Discord, interactions I've had with the community about things they would like to see in the new console version. And a lot of these things, if they're done, and some of these are going to be far-fetched, I will say, but a lot of these things, if they're done, would make the console version a little more appealing than the PC version. It would maybe even force some PC players to have to play the console version to be able to see these types of things. And please let me know in the comments what your guys' wish list is. What's on your wish list? Do you have a top thing you have to see in the console version that's going to make you happy? Or do you have multiple things? Please let me know in the comments everything that's on your wish list for the 7 Days to Die new console version. And these are in no particular order, so I'm not going ranking 1 to 10. I'm just putting out the wish list, no particular order. Let's get started. Now the first one I wrote down as Ode to Console, but it's more of almost Easter eggs if you think about it. But if they could incorporate some way to pay respect to the old console version, if they could. And a couple ideas I have for that is maybe a legacy mode. Maybe something in settings that you can check that's called legacy mode or something like that allows action skills to be used, or maybe incorporates some of the old POIs from the console version and brings them over to the PC version. I'm not saying bring all the POIs, just maybe the more nostalgic POIs. Maybe the old Red Mesa or some of the old Working Stiff Tools buildings, or even the refinery or something like that. A way I think this could be incorporated really well is, like I said earlier, is maybe have a box you can check in the settings box that allows legacy mode to be checked. That allows, if you want to play Learn by Looting, the current version, learn by reading these magazines, you can play that, but if you get tired of that, you can switch over to the action skills and use action skills with the new Alpha 22 and use action skills with Alpha 22, which would be pretty fun. I think, in my personal opinion, it would allow more playability. And if you make this exclusive for the console version, like I said earlier also, it might force some PC players to have to switch over to the console version just to play some action skills. So it would be a fun way to maybe pay respect to the console version. And another Easter egg you could throw in is Taza's Stone Axe. Bring that over to the PC version. That is not in the PC version. So bring that over, bring that POI over, put it on only consoles, not PC, but only on consoles. So if you want to play with Taza's Stone Axe, you have to play on the console version. Next up is split screen. Now, we don't have any concrete news from the Fun Pimps saying split screen is gone. I know I put it in one of my videos. What we have is the Fun Pimps have told streamers and other people at TwitchCon that split screen will not be in the new version, at least when it releases. And that's been put out by several streamers, and just people on Reddit have put that out there too, that the Fun Pimps have said there will not be split screen. Now, that's not to say split screen could be released later on the console version if they get it to update, but I will say a lot of the modern games and consoles just don't run split screen very well like they used to. Used to back in the day, every single game had split screen, but it doesn't run very well, and they're already had to cut a lot of stuff from the console version, so having split screen in it is going to be difficult. But on my wish list, of course, is split screen. Just the other day, me and my son fired up 7 Days to Die on the Xbox and played split screen. And I will say, on the Xbox, on the old console version, it runs very well. You automatically can see the player, you can see him on the map, it runs very well. And so to have something like that in Alpha 22 on console would be amazing. And it's another thing that would have to force PC players to come over to console to enjoy split screen. Now, if you want to go one step further, would it be cool to have 4 players split screen? Could you imagine 4 players split screen on 7 Days to Die console, like the old N64 GoldenEye or something like that? That would be so cool. If you could do, even Minecraft does 4 player split screen. It gets very boggy, very fast, but could you imagine having 4 players playing 7 Days to Die? It would be a total mess, but man, it would be fun. Next up on my wish list is mods. Now, the PC version has an absolute metric butt ton of mods. And there's complete overhaul mods such as Darkness Falls and Ravenhurst and War of the Walkers. There's even a new Fallout overhaul mod that's really cool. And there's also smaller ones such as just a larger backpack, a larger tool belt, the addition of more animals, such like that. But on the PC, all the mods are run through a separate mod launcher that's run by the community, not by the fun pimps, or just having to go to 7daysdiemods.com or like Nexus Mods and downloading the mods to your computer and doing it all yourself. It's not run by the fun pimps. None of the mods are run by the fun pimps. So I don't know that this is going to be possible. Most of the mods on Xbox, you factor in Starfield and Fallout, they have like Bethesda.net that you can log into on the Xbox. And I know there's no mods for Starfield yet, but for Fallout, you have to go through Bethesda.net or Skyrim, and you have to get mods through Bethesda. So something might have to be ran through the fun pimp somehow. Or if they can allow a third party somehow to manage the mods on Xbox. That's a little over my pay grade. I have to admit, I don't know how they get mods on Xbox or PlayStation for that matter. But it is a wish list of mine. It'll allow mods for the console players. Now, if you've been a console-only player of 7 Days to Die for the entire time of your 7 Days to Die career or whatever, then you've never experienced mods. And if you are planning on sticking to console with 7 Days to Die, I really hope you get to experience mods. And so the only way they're going to be able to do that is allow mods on the console. So, that is it. It's a wish list of mine. There's so many cool mods out there. Maybe if they could even get just a couple mods allowed for the console community, it would be amazing. It really would. And for instance, like Darkness Falls, it brings back action skills, and several other mods do bring back action skills. So it'd be really cool for the console community to experience action skills with the new version through a mod. It would be really cool for that. So next up on my wish list is Crossplay. Now, the Fun Pimps have already said this is really in the hands of Xbox and PlayStation, or Microsoft and Sony if you want to go that far. But the Fun Pimps are for crossplay. It's really up to Microsoft and Sony, like I said. But crossplay would be really nice because I'm an Xbox player. I play it on the Xbox, and a lot of my community is on PlayStation. And several other streamers and YouTubers are on PlayStation, and it's hard to collaborate when there's no crossplay available right now. There is no crossplay. But if they did allow crossplay between Microsoft, PlayStation, and even Steam for that matter, PC, that would be amazing. You could have literally a server with all of your friends. Doesn't matter what they're from. If they're from Sony, if they're from Microsoft, you could all be in the server together, and it would be awesome. It would be really awesome. I do feel like you'd have a little more active servers too. You'd have more servers, and all the servers would be more active if you allow crossplay. You're not just going to have separate Sony servers and separate Microsoft servers, and then none of them can talk to each other. But if you allow crossplay, I think that'd be a lot of fun for multiplayer. So here's hoping I get to see you Sony guys soon, hopefully. Now this one I want to throw in as kind of fun, but I also serious at the same time. So back in one of the previous alphas, and I don't remember which one it was, if it was back in 16 or 17, but a lot of people noticed in the files of the game on PC that there was an enemy called the Behemoth. Now he never came to fruition. And I believe there was a way to maybe activate him if you knew how to actually change the code and the files and all that stuff. But he never came to fruition. So now other mods have brought the Behemoth out, like Darkness Falls, and I believe War of the Walkers did, or one of the other mods brought the Behemoth. But basically it's this giant, tall monster that you gotta deal with. So I thought it'd be really cool to have the Behemoth come to console. Another console-specific thing that they could do. Whether or not that's possible, I have no idea. I have no idea why the Fun Pimps nixed the Behemoth. And since they're nixing things in the console right now, then yeah, it might be tough to bring a Behemoth to the console. But man, could you imagine having enemies specific to the console, especially a Behemoth? That'd be so cool. And just to piggyback on top of that, another thing I had written down was console-specific weapons. And you could do just something simple like the Barb Club or the Spike Club, or maybe a certain crossbow, or maybe a special hunting rifle that's specific to the console version. But having specific items for the console would be really cool. It'd just be showing respect to those console players that have stuck it out for so long. Like, here's some stuff just for you guys that even the PC guys will not get. Thought that'd be pretty cool. Let me know in the comments if you guys have any ideas for maybe specific weapons that they could add to the console. Alright, last but not least, and this is kind of another fun one that I just wanted to throw in there, and I'm a huge fan of Battle Royale games, like Fortnite, Warzone, stuff like that. Also, one of my favorite TV shows is Alone on History Channel. So I thought it'd be really cool to bring a Battle Royale type thing to 7 Days to Die, and make it bring it to consoles. Now, ARK has Survival of the Fittest, and I will say I've never played Survival of the Fittest. I have a friend that wants me to join all the time, and I need to join with him. But maybe something like Survival of the Fittest would be fun. You know, you throw in 50 players, they start with nothing, they're able to start crafting, they build their base, they get weapons, they're dealing with zombies, and maybe it's something where you have a circle that starts shrinking and forcing the players inward, or maybe each night there's a horde that comes, and the players have to deal with that, and the horde gets larger and larger until one person's left. I think that'd be really fun. If you could make it console specific, that'd be really cool, but I'd hate for the PC players to miss out on something like that. But kind of a wish list for 7 Days to Die in general is maybe bring some type of Battle Royale, Survival of the Fittest, maybe like a lone type mode where it's just the last man standing wins. And you're dealing with the elements, you're dealing with everything the game is throwing at you. So that'd be really cool. Are there any game modes you guys would like to see added? And I know 7 Days to Die is very open-ended. You can set up a horde every night or whatever you want to do. It's very open-ended, but is there any game modes you'd like to see the Fun Pimps add to the game? Like maybe a multiplayer-specific mode you guys would like to see added? Let me know in the comments, please. Well, guys, that's my wish list. Like I said earlier, let me know in the comments what your guys' wish list is. I'd love to hear from you guys. And here's hoping to a new 7 Days to Die console release coming very soon. See you guys later. Bye.